Do we need GMS? Even though they teach that it's okay, or let me make sure I'm not slandering. Even though they teach that it's lawful for a grown ass man to take a little girl after she hits puberty.
Well, she's not a little girl no more. After she hits puberty, she's a woman.
Yeah, that's exactly right. First and foremost, we give all praises, all honor, and all glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakan Kodash, double honor to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone. And just real quick, I'm watching this video. Of course, the grape thing pops up, per usual. And he's saying that the GMS teaches that it is lawful for that to happen. Right. And we already know the scripture. It's in Deuteronomy 22. And also it's addressed from one of the epistles in Paul. I believe it's in Corinthians. First Corinthians, I believe that it's in. That it says, if a woman's past the flower of her age, let them marry, they sin not. Which is true. And why did the Apostle Paul write that? And in his letter, it's because he knew the law. He knew that what you have to understand. Look, this is what you people have to understand. First, it's just very clear that you're ashamed of the gospel for you to do that, because your followers and your money and all the other stuff is going to go down if you were to agree to that, which is in the scriptures. So it's a hard fact in the scriptures. Then also understand that we're not in the time period that they were in. I mean, we were at a point in time, obviously, regeneration, reincarnation. We were back then, yes, but I'm talking about as in right now, we're not in that same time period. How things were dealt in the ancient world compared to now is completely different, right? Nobody is saying go and act on that now. You would be completely in the wrong if you were to act like that in the wrong. Why? Because you're in the Esau's rules. You're in Esau's kingdom, man. And if you were to go do that, you would be in prison. Right? That's not how it was in the ancient time. Right? And then you can just imagine also in the kingdom, what do you think is going to happen in the kingdom? Everybody's going to be in a right state of mind. Everybody's going to know once a woman is past the flower of her age, which is her menstrual. And just like how a man, when he hits puberty, what can you do? At that, you got to get out of that Western American Babylon the Great mindset spirit, man. Nobody is telling you to go act and do those things, but we're just telling you the truth. The scriptures is telling you the truth. You just don't want to wrap your hand around it because you don't want to lose your followers and your money and all the other stuff. That's what that is about. According to the scriptures, what is the truth? When a man can bust and a woman has her monthlies, what does that make them? What are they able to do? What were we put on here to do? Were we not on here to be fruitful and multiply? And once the man and the woman gets to that stage in a body, when they can reproduce, they are officially man and she's officially a woman. And that's just what it is. Why? Because they can now reproduce. Because that's what we're supposed to be doing. Right? And in the kingdom, there's going to be all types of babies popping out left, right, front, center, back, forward. There's going to be all types of babies, man. There's going to be babies. Because, hey, guess what? The rest of the Israelites that died on this side got to come back. Right? So what do you think is going to be happening? Everybody's going to be in their right mind. That's how things was in the ancient times, man. Because a woman can now reproduce. Right? She can now bring forth a child. She can bring forth a baby. So she's considered a woman. And do you realize I've noticed too, because me watching a lot of Japanese, I watch anime. I realized too Now, I'm not going to say here that's genuinely part of their whole culture, but I've noticed in some shows that I watch, they consider men are considered, a boy is considered a man around the age 12, 14. And that's because why? It's because he's hit puberty. He's able to reproduce, right? That's when they consider him a man, right? And that's just something you people just can't wrap your hand around for some odd reason. That's because the main thing is because you're ashamed. You're ashamed of the gospel, right? And that's something you don't want to admit, because if you can't sit here and say, so what? So if we were to go to the scripture, if we were to go bring out the scripture, bring out the two scriptures, or just bring out the scriptures in general, and we would go read what it says. What do you say? What are you saying that it's saying? Because it's very clear that it's saying, it's very clear it's saying what it's saying. So what are you saying that it's saying then? If you understand what I'm asking, because we understand when it talks about the period, when it says let them marry, they sin not. We understand that it's talking about the flower of the age. We're talking about is understand that's a woman's menstrual. We completely understand that. So we also understanding what marriage is according to the scriptures. Because marriage is not getting down on one knee, you marry me, I love you, and then we throw the ceremony, then have everybody have your best man, and then you have your best woman, everybody wearing the same color, taking pictures, and we on the beach, sundown, taking pictures. No, man, that's not marriage in the scripture. You had to get the certificate from Esau, and then you have the bald-headed priest, sitting there, and I pronounce you husband and wife. That's not in the scriptures, man. What marriage is in scriptures, and when you get down, you do the 1-2. One thing goes inside of another. Right? That's what happens. That's what marriage is according to scriptures. So when you put them all together, what is that saying? And people, it's because you're ashamed to bring that out. Why? Because you understand that a lot of these groups have a big woman following, and women, especially the damn so-called black women, they're gonna have a problem with that. Ain't gonna be no more Cash Apps and no more Patreon subscriptions and buying breakdowns and selling your clothes and doing all that stuff. All that stuff is gonna go away. Right? As soon as you say something like that, the so-called black woman is emotional. And you know exactly what's gonna happen, right? But it's not about the money, man. It's about the truth of the gospel, man. And that is something that's true. And let me just, I wasn't gonna bring it up. Let me get this first. I don't understand why people have a hard time wrapping their head around it. What did I want first? 16. Yeah, here we go. Let's start at, this is Romans 1. It says, the gospel exalted. We'll start at 12. This is Romans 1:12. It says, that is, that I may be comforted together with you by the mutual faith both of you and me. It says, now I would not have you ignorant, brethren, that oftentimes I proposed to come unto you, but was let hitherto, that I might have some fruit among you, even as among other Gentiles. It says, I am debtor both to the Greeks and the barbarians, both to the wise and to the unwise. So as much as is Slakia. I'm having a tongue twister. It says, so as much as in me is, I am ready to preach the gospel to you that that are at Rome also. It says, for I am not ashamed of the gospel of the anointed, for it is the power of the Most High unto salvation to everyone that believeth, to the Jew first and also the Greek. For therein is the righteousness of the Most High revealed from faith to faith, as it is written, the just shall live by faith. And the point I wanted right here was in 16, for I am not ashamed of the gospel, man. You cannot be ashamed of the gospel. You have to bring out the whole entire truth, man. Whether somebody likes it, whether they don't, whether they for here, whether they for bear. What did the Most High tell Ezekiel, man? You got to make your face, you got to make your forehead strong against their forehead, man. Don't be dismayed by the looks, the things that they're going to say. They're hard, they're stiff-hearted, stiff-necked, hard-hearted. Don't be worried about them. Because they're going to come against the gospel. They're going to come against the scriptures. They're not going to believe you. Right? So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter about that. You have to bring out the whole entire truth, man. Whether somebody likes it or whether they don't. It doesn't matter if they like it or not. What matters is that you're telling the truth. Because that's what's going to matter at the end of the day. That you're telling the truth of the matter. And the whole entire truth, and not trying to sugarcoat anything, not trying to take away from the word or add things to the word to make you seem your group or you seem like this special person or whatever the case may be. Right? Because I'm thinking about it. I don't think there's any other group that really even touches on that topic and goes to what it says. Everybody avoids that. It's part of the scriptures, man. Nobody's saying go do it. But if the situation was to arise, that's how the scriptures tell you how to take care of things, man. And that's how it was taken care of in ancient time. If somebody was to get grabbed on, some dude was to do something to a woman, how would the situation go about? You have to ask questions. You got to understand, you're trying to be a judge on the earth. You don't think in the kingdom it's going to be a situation with the other nations that might happen with the other nations, and you have to be ready to judge the matter. You're going to be, nah, man, ain't gonna judge that. Nah, we ain't going to touch on that, brother. We'll let y'all figure it out. No, man. We're getting ready to be judges on the whole entire earth, man. You're going to need to be able to judge every single matter, whether it be big or small. Here it is, you a judge, and then somebody says, oh, my daughter, she got raped, and you just say, no, we're not going to talk about it. Have a good day. No, man, you need to be ready. They just go show that you're not in the right mindset, man. Things is going to happen. You're going to have to be judges, right? And that's something that happens. So the questions that you got to inquire and ask about: was this woman promised to somebody? Did she have a husband? If she did have a husband, did she call out? Did she let him do it? There's different scenarios of what happened, and all this stuff is in the scripture when you read it. Did she have a husband? If she didn't have a husband, okay, cool. This is what the man needs to do, and these are the rules that you must follow now. Then now that you did that, now that a woman is your woman, and this is what you have to do for a father, and this is what you have to do from here on out. Oh, okay. If she did have a husband, okay, and then you did it, and but she didn't cry out. This is what happens now. If she had a husband and she did cry out, what happens to both you guys? That's for that grape thing. And then also the other topic about the woman past the flower of her age. Let's get that real quick. Hey, 1 Corinthians 7. And then also now about the flower of the age thing. Because this is where the other group, you touch little children, brother. Come on, man. Jeez. I don't know what's up with these Israelites, man. You bunch of niggas, man. 1 Corinthians 7, verse 32. It says, but I would have you without carefulness. He that is unmarried care for the things that belong to the Lord, how he may please the Lord. But he that is married care for the things that are of the world, how he may please his wife. There is difference also between a wife and a virgin. The unmarried woman cared for the things of the Lord, that she may be holy, both in body and in spirit. But she that is married cared for the things of the world, how she may please her husband. And this I speak for your own profit, not that I may cast a snare upon you. It says, but for that which is comely, and that ye may attend upon the Lord without distraction. Now, here's the point. We're getting to the point now. Verse 36, it says, but if any man think that he behaveth himself uncomely towards his virgin, if she pass the flower of her age, and need so require, let him do what he will. He sinneth not. Let them marry. How do you break that down, man? No, it's not saying that going off. And you see, also it's a group that also doesn't find what Apostle Paul is authoritative. So his epistles authoritative. So, or just him and the Apostle Paul in general. We'll just put it like that. So obviously they're not going to agree with something like this. They're gonna come of it. They're gonna come against it. They're not going to agree with it. They're going to say he's probably going off. They probably say Paul was going off, or this part is going off, or whatever the case may be. And then they will say, they try to come to the limelight like the deacon did in the video, come to the limelight and be, oh, GMS does this. That sounds so crazy. And he makes it seem like that it's not in the scriptures. You see how he comes, you see how he came to it. Let me go back to it. Watch. Listen to him.
And it's up to
I'm not slandering. Example. Do we need GMS? Even though they teach that.
See, look, he's making it seem like laughing and doing like he's making it seem all super dramatic. You can just look at the comment board, this comment section. Just watch.
Okay, or let me make sure I'm not slandering. Even though they teach that it's lawful for a grown ass man to take a little girl after she hits puberty.
well, she's not a little girl no more. After she hits puberty, she's a woman. And it
And I actually kind of want to go to this video and look what the comments say when he says this. But you see, that's what they do. He make it seem like that's not in the scriptures at all. And they don't subscribe to it. That's because you've been in the Babylon the Great for too long. You westernized niggas, man. You're not understanding that something that happened. That was literally things that happened in the ancient world, man. That's the things that happened. And then the kingdom, we don't know what the kingdom's gonna be like, but we know everybody's gonna be in their right state of mind. And we know it's not far fetched for you to be whatever age, however we gonna age in the kingdom in the bodies. You can be 40, 50 before you get to the hundreds and thousands. Before we get to the 789. We're gonna be immortal, man. So before you get to the 700, you can be 40 or something, and then you might know a brother, and he might promise you, here, I'm gonna give you my daughter. And she's gonna she's gonna be past the flower of her age. And what do you think is gonna happen? Oh no, you going off, brother. You going off. We're gonna have to go take it to the court. We're gonna have to go before the judges, brother. You think that's gonna be happening, man? Hey, come on, man. Come on.
it's up to the father, because she can hit puberty and the father holds her for 2 years because he's looking for who he's going to give the daughter to. Okay? So, you go back in the ancient world, you had men that could have been in their 30s, even in their 40s, that had Israelite women that could have been like 12 years old, 13 years old. Mary, the scholars say that Mary was 14.
Right. And it's just, you don't understand that once, like I said, the thing I mentioned, you're supposed to be fruitful and multiply. And once you're past the age where you can multiply, it's very simple, man. Let me just get one more scripture and we'll close out. I say what I had to say. These people, man. This is Joshua. It says, we will serve the Lord. Right? Joshua 24 and verse 14. It says, now therefore fear the Lord and serve him in sincerity and in truth. Yeah, in sincerity and in truth. And how do you do that with the truth? With the scriptures, man. Let's bring it out. Every single thing in the scriptures, man. Whether it's a touchy subject, whether it's not a touchy subject, it does not matter, man. Bring it out. It says, and put away the gods which your father served on the other side of the flood and in Egypt, and serve ye the Lord. It says, and if it seem evil unto you to serve the Lord, choose you this day whom ye will serve, whether the gods which your father served that were on the other side of the flood, or the gods of the Amorites in whose land ye dwell. But as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. And that's what it is, man. You have to bring out everything in the entirety, man. Can't be ashamed of the gospel, man. Somebody asking a question to inquire about something, bring out the whole truth. Because at the end of the day, the truth is the truth, man. No matter how it makes you feel, it doesn't matter. You might not like it. Why? Does it matter if you don't like it? Does it matter if you don't believe it? The scriptures say what? What if some didn't? What if some don't believe? Okay, you don't believe it. That's fine. What does that mean, though? Does that mean it's not the truth because you don't believe it? No. And the answer is no. So just bring it out, man. Stop being ashamed of the gospel, man. You guys got to take off the damn fucking American black spirit that y'all people have on you, man. Ooh, ain't gonna bring it out because it's a touchy subject. GMS, isn't that preposterous? Isn't that crazy that they say that, guys? Yeah, send me your, please hit the Cash App too while you're there. Because we don't believe that. You see? That's all I got to say, man. Point is made, man. At the end of the day, they're ashamed of the gospel. Which is what it is. So that I'm going to close that, man. Hope the lesson was edifying. Want to give all praises, all honor, and all glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, B'Kah Kodash. Catch you guys in another lesson, Lord willing. Shalom.